Hi guys, welcome to the day 4 of the Whole Life Challenge. It's an incredibly snowy day here in Ottawa and I feel like I've already had my exercise just hauling my extra large bag of laundry here to the laundromat through the several feet of snow that we've had. However, I'm going to take a few moments today just to go through what I consider my laundry day workout. I hope you get something out. So lately I started coming up with a routine that I can do with the laundromat because it's a place I go to once a week usually and spend about an hour there. And I thought instead of sitting around and reading a book or something, which I do sometimes too, it's a good opportunity to do a little exercise. This particular laundromat doesn't usually have a lot of people in it, so it kind of becomes a little mobile gym for me. And I just do a little workout here. Normally what I do is I'll put the laundry in, and that's about half an hour, so I'll hop out and do a little half-hour jog or a little bit less if I don't feel like I have the energy to do half an hour. But if I do, I'll do the full half an hour and I'll come back and just do some basic calisthenics exercises. And a simple template for this type of workout is 3 or 4 exercises. I usually do something pushing, like push-ups, something pulling, like some version of a pull-up, and some form of squat. I might do 3 to 5 sets of 10 of each of them. And sometimes I'll do something like a ladder where I'll start with 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5, or I might go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, whatever. But I'll try to do different variations of the exercise each time. So the first thing I wanted to show you was one of my favorite push-up type of exercises, which I can do on this counter that's right here. And it's potentially called a wall push-up or wall dip, and it's a great, really strong exercise for the chest and upper body, and it's also great for developing natural movement skills because it helps you to learn how to pop up the top of the wall when you get there. You can either have your feet on the ground and start that way, or in this case I can actually tuck my knees up and float a little bit. But the basic idea here is I'm going to have my hands about shoulder width apart. I'm going to try to push my shoulders down. I'm going to go from the standing position here, and I'm going to lower myself down until my chest is on the table, and then I'll push myself back up again until my arms are straight. So that's a pretty strong push-up type of exercise that really builds your tricep strength. And now I'll show you a little bit of a lighter push-up, and then I'll have a look at what we can do for our pull-ups and our squats. Well, I could go ahead and do a normal push-up, but the floor is covered in mud and it's kind of nasty, so I prefer to use this bench here, and I'm going to do a sort of decline push-up, which means that, I guess it's an incline push-up, which means it's a little bit easier than an ordinary push-up because the top part of my body is already lifted up a little bit. So basically, I'll just straighten my legs out and shoulder width, and I'm going to lower my chest down to the bench, and I'm going to push up, and at the top, you can't really see it in the frame, but I'm going to push and protract my shoulders and curl a little bit my stomach in. And so I can do a number of sets of these, nice and slow, any variation you like for push-ups, and see how that works. So I've got a cheeky little trick that I like to do with this particular countertop. It's pretty sturdy because of these braces. So I can actually kind of do a pull-up on here. It's a little bit awkward given that it's so low. So I can actually do it with my feet on the ground, but sometimes I like to lift my feet up a little bit and do a sort of, if you will, inverted row or sort of a mini pull-up. So you could actually get in position down here with your feet a little bit touching the ground and pull your chest up and then down again. Yep. Or you get the feet a little higher, or one off the ground, and pull up like so. Or I could just work on my shoulder blades. And I'm completely out of the picture now, but I'm going to try to lift and lower my chest from the ground. This is one possible way to get a bit of a pull-up in a situation where there's no bar. So now we're going to look at a variation on a squat, which is a split squat. The split squat, you have 1 foot in front, 1 foot in the back, or 1 foot to the side. And the weight is more either on the forward foot or the backward foot, which is also kind of like a lunge. This particular variation is a split squat with an elevated foot, which is sometimes called a Bulgarian split squat. It's another strong modification of the squat. So if you do it, just make sure you don't go too deep or build up some strength until you can get to that point, or do some lunges to prepare yourself for it. But it's another great usage of this bench here. So what I'm going to do, place 1 foot up on the bench, The other one in front, I'm going to lower, I'll switch, I'm going to lower that knee as close to the ground as I can get, and then push up back into my straight position. And that puts a fair amount of a load onto the front leg. Give it a shot, see how it feels. Start with just a few repetitions and then build up. All right, keep moving and we'll see you again tomorrow.